Lance, great to see you, and great to see myself as I watch myself watching myself. All right, you're talking about these trends. This first one, second screen revolution. Tell me about the revolution.
So, like 80% of us sit there and watch TV with the tablets and smartphones in our hands. And this was happening already. But marketers, big companies and brands are waking up to this fact. And it's been happening over the last couple of years where you've, say, watched the Oscars and you've had an app that you can engage with at the same time. 50% of the people who are doing this on social media are going on these services to find people who are watching shows at the same time and interact with them, and everybody understands this. So expect in 2013 that the whole experience is going to get much more intense, much more involved. And, for example, we just heard that Coca-Cola is going to run a sort of a game at the same time that the Super Bowl is going on, meaning that you're going to be watching the Super Bowl, but you're probably going to have your iPad. You're going to be voting which virtual team should win this commercial that they're running. So this is the idea. Get people engaged with your brand even while they're watching a show, and they can do it. So obviously, why is this happening? Big money, because they want to keep you engaged on whatever screen you're on at all times.
Well, this is a new revolution where you host a show and look at another screen while you're doing it. That's what I'm doing tonight. Something else that you're talking about here are flexible devices. What are these flexible devices?
We've been talking about this for years. I just came back from the Consumer Electronics Show, CES in Las Vegas, and Samsung happened to whip out this flexible, what almost looked like a flexible screen, a flexible phone, and the technology is already there. They can make flexible displays right now. So we expect that we're going to see within the next year or so flexible phones, flexible tablets. They may not be fully bendable, but they'll bend to a certain extent. They may wrap around your wrist, or they may sit, when you put your iPad or your tablet on your couch arm, instead of it balancing there, maybe you'll bend it just gently over the curve of that couch, and there won't be any problem doing that. The technology works today.
So it's literally flexible. I like that.
Yes.
One more you got for us, embedded technology. Is this Jack Bauer stuff? What is this?
Well, you know what's fantastic? Technology keeps getting smaller and smaller. It takes less power than ever, and it does more things in a tinier space, which means that you can put it in all sorts of places. What's the other factor? Always on connectivity. So you have sensors in your desktop. You're going to have sensors in your car, obviously. You're going to have sensors wearable sensors. So when I went out to CES, I saw tons and tons of fitness devices with sensors that you could wrap on your arm, like Body Media 2. You put it on your arm, and it tells you about your health. If you step on a scale, it doesn't just take your weight, it also checks your heartbeat through your bare feet. So this is going to be everywhere, and I think that's an exciting thing, but it also means that you don't know what's aware of you when you're in the space.
I'd like to have one I could put, like, when I go to sleep, that would record my dreams and I can play them back. That would be interesting, because I always forget them when I wake up.
Well, you certainly can wear stuff that will record your sleep patterns right now. You can get a Jawbone up, put it on, and it'll tell you, deep sleep versus light sleep. We're getting close to what you want.
I want you to take a listen to, this is Lori Siegel, CNN Money Tech reporter, talking about the Google Wallet.
If I want to pay with my mobile phone here, I can use Google Wallet. Let's test it out. Whoopsie daisies. All right, so I've selected my card here, and I just hold it against.
Backwards, right?
Oh.
But it's not blinking.
No cards enabled. So now I'm enabling it, and so now I can just hold it against here.
It took.
All right. Thank you very much.
Google Wallet only works on Sprint, Virgin Mobile devices, and the Nexus 7 tablet.
All right, so I see this Google Wallet. I see my wife walking around with the Google Wallet. It's much easier than all those different plastic cards that you got to carry.
Well, of course, that's called NFC technology, near-field communication. It's part of the embedded revolution, and basically those phones have a little chip in there that speaks to another chip in those other devices. You just wave it by. It's not just about mobile payments, by the way, which is something that consumers have not really picked up on yet. I think they're still a little bit nervous, but it is going to happen. But you can also do things like, have you seen those commercials where the Samsung phones, they just put them together and they share information?
Yes.
That's part of it. Or if you want to pair up with your favorite favorite speakers, instead of having to type in a code or trying to get them to handshake through Bluetooth, tap the phone on the speakers. Those things I have seen, they're coming. Nokia has a phone that does that. So again, the smarter your device is, not just it's sort of what it can do for you, but it's sort of on the surfaces, and the more it can talk to other devices, the more powerful and more entertaining our lives are going to be.
And the smarter your devices get, the less smart you have to be to actually know how to use them. Good stuff, Lance, editor-in-chief of Mashable. Great to have you.
Thanks for having me.